Okay, Aries, I was sitting here talking away, blah, 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 and the mic wasn't even hooked up to me, so I'm just going to leave it where it is. I'm trying to stay under 10 minutes anyway, so this helps. This is your harsh truth spread, and I got it from Fairy, oh boy, where is she? fairygodmotherfortunes.wordpress.com. I also found it on the Eclectic Tarot website, forums, and it just takes a look at what the harsh truth of your relationship is, or an area of your relationship, or your love life, whichever applies. Some of you are coupled, some of you are not. And this is general at first, and then it gets specific. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Check your moon, rising, or Venus sign for a more rounded reading. And also check other channels. I don't know that anybody else is doing this. I haven't looked. It just seems like a really illuminating spread to do. So let's get into it. This is what I dealt when then I realized I wasn't hooked up, because I went to go clear my throat, and I went to reach for the mic to undo it, and it wasn't there. I don't know if you can tell by my voice or not, but I am a little hoarse. I've had, I think at the onset of every season, I get allergies, or, you know, just everything's floating around the air, and it affects me. So I get a little bit of allergy sickness. I call it the pollen flu at the onset of every season sometimes. Typically fall and spring. Anyway, shutting up. Okay, so this is the Judgment reversed card. This is the energy between you and another person, or how you feel about your love life. It could be that you're feeling kind of discouraged. You feel like that maybe you're not going to get a second chance at love. It could be that in the relationship you are in, if you are in a relationship, that somebody is not willing to look at their culpability in the relationship, or maybe you're not looking at the relationship realistically in general, okay? Trying to straighten this out here so everything's straight. All right, so what you want to be true, you want, this would suggest that you want the confusion. I'm thinking you want an end to confusion. Hold on. What you don't want to be true is that the passion has died, that there's a lack of motivation for this relationship, or that it's devolved into just kind of being not fun anymore, not adventurous, not life-giving, not what you started out in the relationship to be. You don't want it to have, oh God, did it turn that corner to where now I'm starting to not be interested in this relationship with this person. So that would make sense for this, that you kind of want there to still be kind of just indecision, or maybe like, you know, I'm just confused about something. It hasn't really died yet. I'm just kind of still feeling confused. You know what I mean? What is true right here suggests that there is loss. There's some sort of loss. It doesn't mean the relationship has to be lost. It just means that something has in fact gone by the wayside. And what you want to happen is to, well, you don't want to take the time. You don't want it to be, it's almost like you're delaying the inevitable. You don't want it to be over. You don't want to give it time and space to, you don't want to suspend things. You don't want to possibly break up or let go. You don't want that. So it's like what you want to happen is possibly the breakup. Possibly, it could be the reverse. It could be that you do want the breakup. You do want, in fact, to not suspend things. You just want to, because this right here, what you want to happen, if it was right here, you'd want to take a breather, you'd want to take a break. So since it's in the reverse, you don't want to take a breather, you don't want to take a break. You don't want to leave things in suspension or let things lie. Whether that means you start again with someone new and break up, or if you just are really wanting to talk and end this confusion, remains to be seen. What you don't want to happen is this to devolve into an unhealthy attachment with either how your thoughts about relationships in general, if you're not coupled, or with a specific person. You don't want it to become unhealthy, and to where you're kind of feeling trapped and enslaved, and just like it just becomes a toxic relationship. You don't want that. And what will happen, there could be somebody, for some of you, somebody's coming back from the past. This is a reunion of sorts. This is a innocence, childhood, nostalgia. Could be a past life relationship, a soulmate connection, definitely. So what this means remains to be seen. So let's clarify a few. I'm not going to do all of them because I'm trying to stay under 10 minutes, but let's do the pertinent ones. Okay, so why is this true? Why is this 10 of Pentacles true? I mean, if I talk fast enough, I guess I could do all of them, but, you know, don't want to rush. Okay, so, you know, somebody has, this could be Virgo right here. Somebody's withdrawn, excuse me, and is thinking about things. And it's funny because it's, well, that's not funny, but when this is, it's isolation without purpose. It's not looking over things. It's just kind of fading away. It's just kind of withdrawing and being lonely and isolating yourself with no purpose. It's just, you just did that. You know what I mean? Maybe something's waylaid you so much that you just kind of just fall off the face of the earth for a while, right? Instead, you've got withdrawal for a purpose. There's this sort of contemplating and reviewing things and looking at what's, you're searching for that inner voice and inner guidance and that hunch and your instinct and your intuition to tell you what to do. And this is aimlessly walking away or aimlessly leaving a situation, but it's hopeless. It's just like, kind of just like aimless drifting. It's not like a decision, you know what, this isn't for me anymore. I'm purposely walking away. This is like just kind of doing the fade. And so maybe that's why the relationship feels on shaky ground, or there's been a breakup, is because somebody has withdrawn to go inward to feel like, to see if this is right for them, and yet they feel lost. They feel set adrift. Okay. What about this Ace of Wands reversed? What is that? Okay, so you don't want, you don't want there to be a start with somebody else. You don't want to feel like you've lost the passion or they've lost the passion for the relationship and they're starting anew with somebody else. Or they're starting, their attention is diverted elsewhere with other distractions or other possibly unhealthy attachments. This right here is like the devil light, because this isn't about this where you kind of daydream and have fantasies and illusions and, you know, oh, a lot of choice, a lot of options. This is the unhealthy kind. This is like gambling, drinking, too much, something, whatever it is, in excess. Right here, it's kind of fun and a nice little escape or a distraction. This way, it could be done to excess where it's no longer healthy. Porn, gambling, drinking, anything obsessively done, okay? And this also could be cheating. This also could be many relationships, could be going online and finding relationships. You don't want that to be true. You don't want somebody, you don't want who you're involved with to be starting anew with somebody else and finding a new beginning with somebody else. You don't want to happen. Yeah, you don't want that. This is just echoing that. You don't want it to turn into a toxic relationship where somebody is more involved with somebody else than they are with you. And that's what this is. This is winning through friends, basically. And it takes all forms. Here, it would be being more attached to others than to you. That could lead to, like, you know how it's like, oh, we're just friends, we're just going out for whatever, and then it turns into an affair. You know what I mean? It's that type of thing. It's like, yeah, I get that you're social. I get that you want to be, you know, you might have interest in other things and hobbies and whatnot, but don't let it take you away from me. And these two also flew out. So what you want is for them to do the right thing and to not, well, this is echoing this, isn't it? You want, you don't want to leave things in suspension or left unsaid or untalked about. You want to discuss things. You don't want them to do the fade. Where is it? You don't want them to do the fade. You don't want this relationship to fade away. You don't want to be left out or your feelings to not be considered. I am here to tell you, though, Aries, no, sorry, Aries. Okay, so this is Libra. I'm here to tell you, for a second there I was going to say Sagittarius, and I know that's not right. Sorry, Aries. I feel like for right now, there's an affair. It could be that this person, you're worried that you're going to step out on somebody or that somebody's stepping out on you. And what will happen is somebody from the past, quite possibly with a very strong hold over somebody, could be you, could be your partner, is going to come back into the picture, and it's going to, there's going to be reckless involvement, shall we say, which most likely is an affair, or it's going to have a detrimental effect on this relationship, and it's not going to be the right thing to do in this relationship. And maybe this relationship, it's on its way out anyway. I mean, Okay, but it just, that doesn't mean that you just, you know, disregard somebody else's feelings. And so it's almost like what you prefer is things to stay in flux and in confusion, because you don't want to accept the reality that maybe the relationship is over. Like, this might be you not wanting to accept the reality the relationship's over. There could be others. There could be something or someone that's taking your partner away from you, and you don't know what to do, and you're just kind of withdrawn, and you feel set adrift, you know. And it could be because somebody has come back from the past with a very strong karmic connection, past life connection, or somebody that has kind of been circling around for quite some time has come back and set certain things in motion. Okay, trust your intuition. This is a beautiful card. Not to make light of it, but I mean, so you can see it. Trust your intuition. Just know that whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're having some anxiety about and worried about, you might not be wrong. So just trust your intuition and do what you think is right in this situation, okay? There's a lot of distraction for either both parties involved or one party here, and there's the fear that it's going to become toxic and that the relationship is fading away due to somebody's interest elsewhere. So you do what you need to do to take care of yourself, okay? All right. Thank you for stopping by for this reading. I hope it was helpful. And this could also apply to, it's gender fluid, so it's not like he and she, you know, well, he's going to step out on you, or he's, you know, it's not like that. It's just whichever applies. It also could have been that I read for the other person instead of you, Aries. So, okay. So, anyway, I hope this was helpful. And thank you again for viewing this video, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.